Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this Christmas card making project. This project is a little bit different because we're going to make a Christmas pop-up card. Now, I'll be honest, it's the first time I've done a pop-up card on screen. So fingers crossed I get it right and I'm able to show you exactly how I've done it. So I'm using the Anna Griffin Christmas pop-up card kit, details of which I'll put below in the description box, and if I can include a link I will. If you've got any comments, questions or queries, please feel free to get in touch. So when you get your kit, there's so much in it. The first thing you need to do when you're making your card is pick the outside of the card that you want to use. Now they all measure the same measurement, and that's 7 by 5 inches. So that's how it looks on our cardometer. So I've picked one of the silver cards and I'm going to give it a good score as normal, like so, using my bone folder. So then in the kit you get the outside sentiments. They're the square sentiments. Now I'm going to make a card that's actually silver and gold, so it's a good mixture. The sentiment that I've picked says the warmest wishes. These are actually stickers, so you can peel the back of this away and place it onto the front of the card, like so. So when you receive the card, it's got the sentiment on. You could actually add more decoration if you want to the outside. Now the inside of the card looks like this. So what you have to do is pick out of the collection in the kit one of the insides, and this is how they look. So they look a bit odd and they've got the folded pop-ups in already, so they've all got the different designs on, so you have to simply pick the one you want to use. Now the first thing you need to do is add tape from a tape runner. You don't be using wet glue. You could use flat tape if you want. I'm going to use tape from a runner. So you need to make sure that you're going to get it the right way around. And I'm going to use mine so it is that way with the small block in the middle. So I'm going to be adding tape to this side first, and I'm simply going to run it around the edge like so. Then I'm going to place it inside the card like that. There we go. Butt the folds up to the fold of the card, press it down and then open it, she says, and then you can add tape to the other side of the pop-up like this, and then that way you've got everything stuck in, ready to decorate. So that is your pop-up stuck in the card. Right, now I'm going to just position this so that you can see it a little bit better, because it's going to be really awkward for you to see. So I'm going to lean that up against a runner like that, and hopefully we'll get a good view. Nope, that's not going to work. I'll keep going as I was. So in the kit you get two horizon, well, you get a full set of horizons, as Anna calls them, to be able to stick to your card. So I'm going to add adhesive on the back of these so that I can stick them to my card, and one is going to go just at the edge at the base like that, and then the other one is going to go at the top like that. There we go. So we've got the two horizons in now. Next, what I've got is I've got some of the stickers that I've taken from the kit. I'm saying stickers, they're not stickers, the flourishes. Now the first flourish I'm going to use is one that I'm going to add to the back of the card. And I'm just adding a little bit of glue to it. And I'm simply going to add that across the back, oops, like so. And then the next one I'm going to add at the actual top, on the front section there. Now you only need to add adhesive on the parts that have popped up. Okay, so like that, because when you close it you don't want adhesive on the back of your bits that have popped up, because then it would stick itself closed. So next I've also got a sentiment that I'm going to add to the front where we've just added the little flourish. So I'm going to add just a bit of adhesive on there and stick that onto the flourish. And the sentiment says, sending love, light and peace. Now each time I'm checking it still folds. Next I've got another flourish that I'm going to add just behind the section of the sentiment. So I'm stumbling because I'm just thinking about adding the adhesive at the same time as adding the flourishes. So that flourish is just going to go there. That's it. So you can see it's starting to take shape. And then I've picked two snowflakes from the actual kit. So they're quite large snowflakes, and I'm going to add one across the flourish we've just added. So I just need a little bit of adhesive on part of it to be able to stick to the flourish, like so. And then the other snowflake is going to go at the back and a little bit higher. So it's going to go there. I know it's just the wrong angle to be able to film, to be able to show you it all perfectly. But I'm just hoping that it gives you a good idea of what you can do. So we'll just add that like that. Oops. There we go. And that will stick on the pop-up section. And that is my pop-up card finished. Now, if you're wanting to lower any of your pop-ups, because, like I've just seen, mine's too high, because when you're using your tape adhesive from a runner, you can simply move it before it takes the permanent hold, and then you can move it into the right position for you to be able to get it in the envelope. You can keep adding embellishments if you want. You can add more, you can take them away. You don't have to use them all. You could maybe add a bow to the front, but I'm sure if anybody received that, they would absolutely love it. You can see the pop-ups there and the way that it all folds together, and I just think that's so pretty, and it's given you some ideas and inspiration of how to use the pop-up card kit. So if you've got anything to say, any comments, please feel free. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I've been learning as you've been learning with this one as we go along, but I do think it is pretty and it's worth having a go at. If you've not opened your box, give it a try. Don't be afraid. because there's no right or wrong in card making. It's just you enjoying it and making something that you've put your time and effort into. So have a go. Don't leave it there on top of the wardrobe or in your craft room. So thanks for watching, and it's Christmas all month this month with every project. So keep tuning in because there's something different every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And don't forget January, 31 days of tricks and techniques. If there's anything you want to see, please feel free to let me know. And I just want to say thanks for watching. I shall see you next time.